asked, they say the Commissioner is in a meeting, so we've asked for the High Commissioner to come down and personally accept it so that we can convey to him the sentiments of the people here in Malaysia regarding the denial of due legal process to Yong Vui Kong. So we're waiting for the First Secretary to confer with the Commissioner and see whether he will come down personally. We would like the Commissioner to take what we say and go direct to the President and to the Cabinet and the Government of Singapore and inform him directly what are our feelings and what are our sentiments on the looming execution of this young Malaysian.
And we have your feedback as this matter. This is very urgent. As someone's life state right now, we're talking about his even right to have a process and have access to this. We are urging actually the Singapore government to actually give some response or some feedback as to this denial of due process. This can't do this. It's a matter of people's lives and his human rights and his fundamental liberty, and you have to do something about it, not just reduce everything to silence and not do anything about it. So this is a memorandum that we concerned citizens, lawyers for liberty, and also the MPs who are here today with us representing, and we urge that we act on this urgently. Can you please acknowledge receipt of this?
As I did the last time,
yes.
I can actually like calling out. I mean, I think in view of the media, it's quite clearly been received by him. So I'll definitely bring this back to Singapore. In fact, this is what we did last time. Similarly, it has to be taken The first memorandum was proposed for studies.
Yes. But the issue is the same, the right to due process and the right to life of the person.
Well, I'm going to give it feedback. So I'll bring this back and whatever the feedback that I get, responses that I can give, I will resolve by this.
We just handed over a memorandum to the Singapore government protesting the denial of due process to Yong Vui Kong and calling for his life to be spared. Basically, we want the Singapore government to give the response as to this matter because it's very urgent. Somebody's life is going to be lost in a matter of time, and they're not doing anything so far. We have come to this commission, I think, 2 weeks back to relate to the same problem where a young Malaysian who was hanged based on the testimony of a corrupt police officer. So we are saying to the Singapore government to actually look into this matter. This is not just about anything that is not important to them, because this is about a matter of human lives. It's about human rights, fundamental liberties, and the right for Yong Vui Kong to ask for clemency, because in this case it's very clear that the government of Singapore is not interested whatsoever to give him this due process as to his clemency petition, because they have prejudicially made a statement denying this right without even having him to be heard before the court. So we are protesting against this blatant violation of human rights and due process as enshrined in their own constitution. And we are asking the Singapore government to be answerable for this, because they are going to violate a human right of a person who has a very repressive and also abused childhood, who got trapped in this whole scenario. And we are asking them to show some compassion as to their own application of the law and also to the harsh implementation of their drugs laws. And right now, what we are asking is that he is to be given the due process that he is entitled to under the law, as we need to spare his life because he's a human being. And we're talking about his fundamental rights and liberties right here. And right now, no response whatsoever. We have gotten so far from the Singapore government, and we are asking them to respond to our protest and our call to actually give Vui Kong what he's entitled to under the law.
They actually became a small group. If they hang Yong, I will bring a coffin box here in front here. I warn Singapore government again. If they hang him this time, we will bring a coffin box here. We are serious to the Singapore government. Today, a small group we came here. A small group, and definitely we're going to protest a bigger group here. And also again, I'm shameful for the minister, Hanifa, today with a statement. I think he should put more pressure against the Singapore government. Don't hang a young 18-year-old. Bagi dia peluang, give him a chance. We are going all out this time. If they hang, we will come back here with a bigger group, and definitely we'll bring a coffin box here. You hang him, this is not one. I think another guy was hanged before this. We are serious this time.
My name is Cynthia Gabriel, representing Suara today. I echo what my colleagues have just mentioned, except to say that the extension of the clemency is just an act of buying time. The real action that must take place is that the pardoning of Yong Vui Kong, because he's young. It was an offence that definitely deserves a second chance, and we are also asking for compassion between the Malaysian government and the Singapore government, because this is actually an issue which needs the attention of the ASEAN region as a whole. And now we have an ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission for Human Rights, and we as a human rights organization, together with all the other NGOs, will actually be lodging a complaint with the ASEAN Intergovernmental Commission for Human Rights in order that ASEAN deals with this as a diplomatic issue, and an issue that is not just left to the sovereignty of the Singapore government, but an issue which we're talking about an ASEAN citizen, and an issue which deals with two countries in ASEAN. And so we hope that this new commission would be able to provide the necessary safeguards for a young individual like Yong Vui Kong.
Despite the MP making an appointment with the High Commissioner this morning, he has avoided meeting us. So I think Singapore is using its usual tactics of trying to avoid people who are coming for justice. In their country, they do the same thing. No Singaporean can even gather like this in Singapore. And this killing attempted, or rather impending doom that Yong is facing, is tied into the repressive policies that the state of Singapore enforces not just on foreigners, but on its own people. This is a dictatorial state. And there is an ancient saying that says, you save one life, you save the whole world. And we are asking Singapore to perform that supreme act of mercy and show the world that they are not oppressors, that they respect the value of life. It will be a life-affirming act on the part of Singapore. This is not an ordinary petition we have given. We are asking, we are pleading for the life of a human being. This is unique. And in this country, I think people have never come out asking for our national who has been put on death row to be spared, because the circumstances are truly extenuating. Apart from the fact that the death penalty is dangerous and we are against it, these circumstances are extenuating. Now, I want to finish by saying that we will be back. If Singapore maintains its stubborn course, we will be back. We will come again on a weekend. We will come with larger numbers. We will carry out all-night vigils in front of this place in order to show the disapproval and disgust of the people of Malaysia against what is being done to a citizen of Malaysia in Singapore. Because legally what they are doing to him is wrong. Okay? The Singapore court has already said that the president has no powers of pardon. The cabinet has already said that they will not pardon Yong. Therefore, Yong's legal process has been stopped. In other words, the execution will be illegal. Singapore is going to execute a Malaysian citizen illegally. What is the Malaysian government doing? It is keeping quiet. The foreign minister should quit. Hanifa should quit, because he is not taking up the cause of a Malaysian who is about to be executed illegally. What is the government doing? The government claims to be our government. The Malaysian government claims to do such great things for the people of this country, but it cannot stand up for one Malaysian citizen in trouble overseas. Now, can Malaysians then rely on the Malaysian government if they are in trouble overseas? Can Malaysians ever rely on the Malaysian government to help them? The answer is no, no, no. And this is a warning to the Malaysian government also. Do not stand by. Do not anger the sense of justice of the Malaysian people. We will strike back by using all legal means at our disposal, including the ballot box, if Malaysia will not move to save this young boy.